And we're back.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Katrin. Welcome back to the Formation Lab podcast. I'm your host, Katrin Otterness, and today we have here.
That was very like a news.
Yeah, because I'm hosting today,
Okay,
so
you're a host.
I'm putting on my hosting hat.
Nice. That's good.
But you didn't introduce yourself. And
I'm
today
Austin.
we have the guest
Co-host.
No, you're the interviewer. I'm interviewing you.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we were doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a post-race interview, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, my voice. I'm not very professional. So this week we had.
Let me. Okay. What's up?
You can't see my notes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This week we had. Fill in the blank.
The Australian Grand Prix.
Yes, and here's the other post-race interview that I'm doing for today. This is Francis.
Nothing.
He does not have much to say. He's kind of like Max Verstappen.
Yeah. Not much to say on the new regulations.
He had something to say there.
Yeah.
I just don't know what it was. Yeah, so this week, our first race of the 2026 season, Australian GP. Sum up the race in one phrase. Go.
In one... I'm allowed
one
a phrase?
Yes, I'm a little nicer than you were to me last week.
One phrase. I would say two-faced.
Whoa.
That's like less than a phrase, but I'm just going to go... Maybe not two-faced is the right word. Yeah, no, I'll go two-faced. Because, like... Yeah. Should I give an explanation?
Yeah, explain yourself.
Yeah, because I think it was a... no, I got a better one. A tale of two races.
Ah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Or two halves. Yeah, so first half was incredibly exciting, given what I think they're starting to call the word yo-yoing.
Ah, okay.
In which the cars are trading places very rapidly, and it's like you can't even call it an overtake because the overtaking was going on so like it wasn't sticking.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the way the electric bonus you get when you're 1 second behind just allows you to immediately recover that position you just lost.
In the wise words of Charles Leclerc, this feels like getting a mushroom in Mario Kart.
Yeah.
So he was saying at the beginning of the race.
And then the second half of the race was totally different.
Right.
So, and I'll go into more about why I think that is, but
sure.
Yeah, tale of two races.
If I could give a short recreation of what the beginning / the end of the race looked like from me, this was the start. Oh my god, it's happening. And then no, I was screaming.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't want to, for our audio listeners, I didn't want to bust some eardrums, but I was freaking out.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Obviously. And then towards the end, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
The reality kind of kicked in.
Oh no. So that I think that definitely like incorporates your tale of two.
I don't know what he's doing right now.
Tale of two. I don't know either. Tale of two halves. Because both of my halves were wildly different.
Yeah. Yeah. Tale of two emotions. Yeah. For you.
Yeah.
So.
It was a high, the highest of highs, and then the lowest of lows.
Yeah.
Given P3.
And yeah,
I want to see P3, yeah.
Podium. Yeah.
So not too terribly sad. So now I'm gonna go into a little pop quiz.
Okay, pop quiz.
And this will kind of help recap the race for us, kind of refresh our memory.
Perfect.
See how much you were paying attention.
Oh gosh.
So first off, this segment is called "Where Did They End Up?" So I'm gonna give you a racer, and you have to tell me what position they ended in. So Liam Lawson, where did he end up?
This is like kind of a memory test,
yeah.
But definitely.
I'll give it to you if you're like one off.
Definitely behind. Okay, so here I'm gonna. Okay. I might not get it right, but I'll try to prove my good memory.
Okay, hit it with me.
I guess. He had a rough start. His car didn't start, and a ton of people. Passed him right off the start. So I'm gonna go with 16th.
13th.
Oh,
okay. Not too bad.
All right.
And then for comparison, Arvid Lindblad. Where'd he end up?
Did he get points in his debut? That was 9th.
I'll get you 8th. You were very close.
Okay.
Yeah. Close.
Close.
You're very close. Yeah, 8th.
Nice.
And I do that to reiterate. Arvid Lindblad never raced in F1 before.
And he's the only rookie this season.
He got 8th.
So, yeah. 8th in his...
And his teammate, 13th.
Yeah, but he had technical issues.
I realize that. Really I know. It's not really that indicative of things, but... Okay. Next question.
You're like game show.
Yeah.
You started off as weather lady. Now you're game show.
It's everything. Okay. This is a variety podcast.
Okay.
If you will. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing with my legs. Anyway.
Nice pants.
Thanks. So in the end, Norris first place. We know that. No.
Do we know that?
Pause. Rewind.
Go ahead.
Redo.
Yeah, try it again.
Russell, first place. We know that.
Yeah.
Norris, 5th, right? He was kind of the rest of the pack after the Ferraris. It was just a tale of Mercedes and Ferraris, right?
Yes.
So, in the end, what was the gap between Norris to Russell?
Norris to Russell.
Yep. How much time in between the two of them?
Are you going to tell me, which position did Norris finish in?
5th.
5th?
But this is where the gap was, right? So the Ferraris were kind of close.
I'm gonna go. So the Ferraris were kind of close. 3-4 seconds. Then I'll go. I think it was like 20 seconds to Leclerc, and then maybe 10 or 15 back. So it's like around a minute. I'll go 50 seconds.
51.
Oh,
yeah, you nailed that.
Good.
You nailed that.
That was really good.
You nailed that.
Woo!
I mean, exciting for you, but also, can we just reiterate? 51 seconds? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Between 1st and
5th. That's horrific.
That's a lot. Well, I think to build onto that, I think a lot of the Mercedes partners who use Mercedes engines were shocked at that difference. They were expecting Mercedes to have an advantage over them, knowing that they knew the engine better, how to deploy the battery better, but they didn't think the advantage, considering they have the exact same engines, to be a minute by the end of the race. And that's with a safety car. So
if you'd like a bit of I'm trying to find the comparison. So last year, the time difference between Norris in 1st to Albon in 5th, this is last year.
Last year, that's a good one. Good. What's the reference?
12 seconds.
12 seconds. Wow. I mean,
12 seconds.
I think it was a wet track, so they might have had a ton of safety cars to be the benefit of the doubt.
Devil's advocate.
Yeah, but yes. No, I think it's only going to get worse, unfortunately. So. All right, what you got?
It must have been wet because actually...
It's fine.
Yeah, the time... They were quicker in Australia this year, but it was a wet race, wasn't it?
It had a ton of...
We weren't, I can't speak today as a host. We're not really going to, we could talk about quali a little bit, but I think the thing I really, really wanted to point out as far as quali goes, and maybe we'll talk about this later after you do the podcast. Okay, so, hopefully you get this one. Who had the fastest lap?
Oh gosh, they're not doing a point for fastest lap, so I don't even know if they do the graphic on the side.
They did. I saw it.
They did?
Mm-hmm.
Leclerc. George Russell.
Do you want to keep guessing? Or
Max Verstappen. Okay.
Yeah, you got the fastest lap.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Got me a little hopeful then.
Yeah, two more questions, okay? Actually 3, I lied.
3 more questions?
Well, one is the tech tip of the
quiz.
Week. I know.
Okay, go ahead.
Who DNS'd and who DNF'd?
DNS was, because we were wondering what DNS it stands for. DNS was...
No, it was like NS. It was like weird.
Yeah,
anyway.
Fernando Alonso.
No, he started.
DNS. Oh, Oscar Piastri, DNS. Mm-hmm. And DNF, I'll go with...
There's one more DNS, actually.
Isaac Hadjar DNF'd. And then there's another DNS. Stroll. Who?
Nico
Oh, Hülkenberg. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunate for Audi. Because they were looking really strong. Great quali. I think that 10th and 11th. Which is insane.
Yeah.
For their race debut to qualify that. And
much better than I think people were expecting, for
and
sure.
I saw it was. Did you know that not a single team escaped the Australian Grand Prix weekend without a technical issue or a failure?
Really?
Everybody had a failure this year. Or this week.
I mean, that's not surprising,
yeah,
right?
well, you would expect somebody to come and have...
Ferrari?
Oh, yeah. Definitely they all had technical issues at one point in the week. It was a long week.
Fair. Oh, yeah, all the practices and stuff.
So
you're missing a couple DNFs, though, my dear.
Oh, I know there's quite a few. I don't want to list them all.
Hadjar, Alonso, Stroll, Bottas. Yeah. And then final one for your pop quiz today: who scored the most fantasy points?
Oh, I don't know. Not me. You said I got second.
No. What driver? I apologize. I need to clarify. What driver scored the most fantasy points?
George Russell. Max Verstappen. Yeah. Then this was a point I wanted to make. And when we started talking about fantasy,
Make it now.
Yeah, is that Max, I think, is a fantasy Formula One hack. In which case, no driver can start in the back the way he does and move his way through the grid the way Max can.
Mm-hmm.
George Russell might start, I mean, he doesn't often, but he might start in the back because of a qualifying issue, or Kimi Antonelli, but they don't seem to move up through the grid the way Max is. So it's like qualifying doesn't even matter because he's just going to collect all those overtake points.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like the best fantasy position for Max to start is about
the back.
Is like sixth. And no, is like as far enough back as he can be
and still get first.
And still get first.
Yeah.
That's the best case scenario for Max Verstappen.
Right.
Fantasy wise.
Absolutely.
So I think I did very well fantasy wise because I had the best team, Mercedes, and the best driver, Max.
Yeah. Yeah. You did do quite well. I'm not gonna lie. Max, I think, scored
talk about how you did,
50 points.
Okay.
And
wow.
George,
I didn't even know he did that.
Scored 39.
Yeah. So that's the difference between a driver getting pole and winning the race,
right?
And a driver starting in, what was it, 20th, because of 2 DNSs. So starting in 20th.
I don't think he started 20th.
Yeah. And getting. Where'd he end up?
No, I think Stroll was
in 6th or something.
Yeah. So, yeah. No, he was.
I know.
Yeah.
It's don't hurt yourself.
I know. I am going to hurt myself if I think about it too hard. Fair enough. All right, so that's it for your pop quiz of the week.
Thank you for the quiz.
We could do a little break.
After I made dinner and a work day and everything.
I know, and I'm testing your memory. Yeah. Would you like our tech tip of the week, or would you like to just talk about the race for a second? Let's talk about the race for a second. I would like a little break from the questions, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Let's. Do you just want to go booms and busts?
Sure. Yeah, you go first though.
Okay.
So go with. Well, we'll do booms. Exciting. Go ahead. Say it.
Charles Leclerc. Ferrari in general.
I would say yeah. No, I wouldn't say.
Yeah, Ferrari. I have never felt like that before. Because I wasn't super hopeful. And then, this is of course what Ferrari does. They give you so much hope. And then Ferrari isn't the one that crushed it this time. Well, they did with that strategy move.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have made the difference.
I don't think it would have made the difference.
No, it wouldn't have made the difference in the end, and I wonder if they understood that too, so they were like, whatever. But still, you gotta try, right?
It's not an excuse for not making the right call.
Right.
So
didn't make any sense. I don't understand. For those of you, if you didn't watch the race, I don't know what you're doing here. You're welcome. But anyway.
During a safety car, Ferrari chose not to pit when Mercedes did.
Well, and the second time they couldn't because the pit lane was closed.
Right.
So I don't know if they were just banking on that, which is an easy bank on the first race of the new regs to be like, someone's going to crash again. So maybe we can wait it out, have those tires fresher.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is what their plan was. But of course, Ferrari strategy, it's famous for
messing up.
Doing that.
Yeah. So I think it's the wrong call. And you just have to. And the reason why Red Bull no one ever thinks about or makes fun of their strategy is because they're always getting it right. Even when it doesn't matter, you still have to get the decision right because you don't know if it could have mattered or not.
Right.
And you always just have to be ready and in a position to win. And I feel like that put them almost never in a position to win.
Do you think they were surprised?
And you have to look, who knows what would happen if they were yo-yoing with Mercedes more.
Right.
Would Mercedes of engine like freaked out and had a moment where a bunch of energy gets deployed just like it did with Oscar Piastri on the formation lap and something happens, or a mechanical failure? You don't know. You have to apply. This is what makes me so mad, seeing Ferrari and seeing that they're a competitive team. I'm getting angry now.
Yeah.
Seeing that they're a competitive team with Mercedes and making midfield to back of the field strategy decisions.
Well, it's like now Ferrari is kind of the hope.
Yeah.
Right? Ferrari is our last hope in a sense to not we'll see about I'll be very interested to see if he qualifies better next week, how that ends up for him, because all signs point to him being in the mix at the top
and being yo-yoed.
It'll be so exciting to see him yo-yo with George Russell.
I don't know why I like those.
I'm just imagining them sitting there like yo-yoing, battling each other like actual yo-yos. Yeah. So I mean, yes, I wasn't expecting Charles to get away so well. It's exciting to see.
I mentioned that in the podcast.
Okay, you did call it. Run it back. Review the footage.
Yeah.
And to see Hamilton actually enjoy racing again. That was, I mean, like the joy I felt at the beginning. I was standing on the couch, jumping up and down. I will never forget that moment because I was going in. I mean, I don't know if you could tell from the last podcast. I was going in kind of not super hopeful.
Yeah.
And then I got the hope, and then it was snatched away from me. But
yeah.
What a race. So that's my boom, of course. What is yours?
Boom? Oh yeah. That was a long way to say boom. I'm going to go with boom. Let's see.
Not a whole lot of booms, huh?
I'll go Max Verstappen. I think
that's fair enough. We're so biased.
It's one of those it's one of those things where he does it so often that you don't even appreciate it anymore. Like what he just did. It's where he was like never getting driver of the days whenever he was winning all the races.
Did you see his reaction to getting driver of the day?
No.
Oh my gosh, there was a post-race interview. He's obviously pissed off because he's like, this is awful.
Yeah.
And then the interviewer is like, well, but you got driver of the day though. And he's like, oh. like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, that does not matter at all. But his reaction's pretty funny because he's very sarcastically like, oh, great, like, uh-oh. Oh, he's coughing.
No, don't do that to him.
Well, it's made him stop.
Yeah. Oh. So he gets my boom. My bust is going to go to McLaren.
Yeah.
Because they got that Mercedes engine.
They have no
in
excuses.
Their car.
Right.
They're the former world champion, and they just didn't look like they had the pace at all.
I mean, talk about that gap to Norris,
And I think when...
Well, and then, of course, Oscar, not even starting the race.
Right.
That's a huge bust.
Right. So, they've got some software issues to figure out, which is so boring. We're talking about Formula One, and we're over here like, oh, well, you didn't have the right software.
Right.
Like, we're just... So, maybe they'll figure it out, but I'm going to go with bust because I think they've raised the expectations for themselves. 2 years of Constructors World Championships, and you've got the engine of the best car.
Yeah.
You've got to be up there.
I want to... our Legos are falling. I want to give 2 more honorary booms.
Okay.
My first honorary boom goes to Arvid Lindblad.
Yeah.
Because obvious reasons. Right. My second honorary boom, and this is very honorary, but is to Isaac Hadjar. Because he was killing it before...
the technical issue.
Yeah, right. Which is not on him.
Yeah.
So, but my bust... I'm gonna give to Mercedes.
Okay, we got a lot of praise to give. I'm gonna give one to the Red Bull powertrain team. All the people over there in the UK who developed an engine, and this is their first year developing an engine.
Okay, all right, yeah.
And it's top of the grid. Like they could have made something that was, if it maybe reliable but wasn't fast but not reliable, and they seem, obviously.
Audi too, if we're going to talk about it in that way, right?
Yeah, right. And Audi as well.
Oh, well, they're not doing their own engine yet, are they?
No.
That'll be next year.
Yeah. So to create an all new engine, and
they're the only ones on the grid doing that,
to
right?
see that Honda asked Aston Martin, and to see what it could have been.
Like, compare those two real quick.
What it could have been.
Right.
Like, I don't think people are giving enough praise to that team over there.
Right.
If anybody in that factory is watching this, like, y'all did a hell of a job.
Right. And another boom to the Mercedes engineers who got Kimi's car up and running.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, oh, I can't believe they left that equipment in the car. Yeah. And it's like, okay, yeah, they're probably exhausted from working like day and night.
3 hours,
not day and night.
3
but
hours
like,
straight.
Right. To get that car going. So like, let's give them a little grace.
Relax, yeah.
Crazy that Kimi did not get a penalty in the end though.
Yeah. Who's your bus though?
I said Mercedes.
Oh, Mercedes?
Yes.
Ford? Please make that make sense.
And I was gonna explain myself. I really was.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I go bust Mercedes, and you go, oh, and the. It was like you're not gonna acknowledge that at all.
My bad.
No, it's fine. Because, well, no, George Russell is my bust. Because he made winning look not fun.
Well, yeah, by that metric, Oscar could,
No, it's different though.
Is it though?
Maybe not. But it's like, I don't know. George Russell, I don't know if you saw him in the cool down room. He's just already being kind of pardon my French, but he's kind of being an asshole already.
The smirk that
he's talking to Charles and he's like, you guys were fast too, but I think you kind of messed it up in Q3. Like all of a sudden he's like an expert. He's like, I'm the best there ever was, and I know everything. I know everything there is to know about F1, and
he's acting like
he's been around this
popular
long,
girl
right.
in like middle school is what he's acting
George
like.
Russell's a mean girl.
Yeah.
George Russell's a mean girl. He's Regina George.
What does that make Toto? Like his mom?
I guess. I mean, there is the mom in Mean Girls who's like filming them. Like
that's what I mean.
That's Toto Wolff.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know that doesn't make sense. I mean, there's so many, like, the most obvious bust is Aston Martin. Like, come on. We don't even need to talk about it at this point. Like,
they're in a new league of boom and bust. Like, they're in jail right now.
Yeah, I don't, like, they're just going to be
they're
seemingly
in boom and
irrelevant.
Bust jail, we can't give them a bust.
Right, it's like
until
too
they actually
obvious.
finish a race. Maybe that's a rule we make.
Yeah.
They're not eligible for a bust award.
Right.
Until
they actually show us what they got, which right now is nothing.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are some other busts along the way. I think Alpine didn't do as good as expected. I don't know why people were expecting Alpine to do so well. I think it was just because they have the Mercedes engine as well.
Yeah.
But they, I think, did pretty much the same as they have done in previous years and did not improve a whole lot.
And I think from a leadership perspective, they're rotten to the core.
Yeah. I mean, Flavio is kind of the worst of all time. So they're a bust always as long as he's in charge.
And to think that you're going to...
I mean, it sucks for the people employed by him because I know they don't have much of a say in that. But also, like, don't work for that man.
Right. And, He's been in that position for long enough, and I think the more influence he has over that, how they run, the worse they're gonna get. So
I kind of also want to give another bust.
Jeez, okay.
To the new regs, little bit. We're
gonna talk about that? Should we just go to regulation?
We could go to tech tip of the week first. Give us a little breathing room. But I do want to give the comparisons of quali last year to this year. At some point.
You be careful now because Formula One is censoring people on Instagram. Did you hear about this?
What?
Yeah, so Matt and Tommy did it like an emergency podcast on it about.
Well, we just lost about like half the episode, which is probably good because I was talking way too much, apparently. So I guess
we'll just start back with the tech.
I guess our podcast did not like the tech tip of the week, which I don't even know if I should ask you anymore because we're faking it now, but you know what it is.
Yes, Active Aero.
Tech tip of the week, which is going to be like a new segment maybe so we can all learn the regs together because it's all confusing as heck. So what is Active Aero, Austin?
Active Aero is when the...
I explained this already, so...
I don't know what you call it. The wings open up.
Yeah.
And change shape, basically.
Sure.
Whenever they're on the straights and then close when they're on the curves.
Yup. So it's the replacement to DRS. Basically, there's straight mode, which is a funny name, and
straight mode,
corner mode. And
I think we made some jokes about that actually.
Oh, did they?
When we watched, yeah.
Oh, that's funny. And yeah, basically they're open on the straights for speed, close on the corners for the downforce, and the drivers do have to control when they open. Yeah. However, they can control when they close if they want to, but they will close automatically when they brake or lift off the throttle or in certain zones where they will automatically close so that they can't use the wing open on certain corners.
The wing open. Use the wing open. You mean active arrow?
Use straight mode, actually. So that is the tech tip of the week. Oh, and we already did booms and busts, so it's just fantasy stuff.
Okay.
Final thoughts.
I did well in fantasy.
Yes, fantasy-wise, our winner of this week was Overdrive 1, which is Joseph Brass. And sorry, I gotta pull it up.
And last. Just maybe do last.
You got second. Third was tied between Hooplas, Nick Espinal, and Smooth Operation, which is Lauren Artenis.
Nice.
I got seventh. Not my worst, not my best. And in last place, Too Fast to Fernando with a whopping 26 points. And the real kicker, Lance Stroll on his team.
Lance Stroll.
Just ruined the whole thing.
Disgusting. Yeah.
Gross. So that's fantasy. Join if you haven't. And
I gotta say, lots of improvements to just how fantasy works this year. Before it was a little clunky. I think the UI is better on the app.
Yeah.
I think
the transfer system's going to be much nicer to maneuver between races, so that'll be nice.
I think it operates a lot more like all the other fantasy sports that anybody's played out there.
So if you like those, you should join us.
And it's fun.
I think I had a couple final thoughts about the race, which I didn't get to initially, but well, I think our bust was also the regulations, and we were talking about the regs, the things we don't necessarily love about the regs, and I think our main takeaway is how slow the cars are having to be. The downshifting on the straights, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Actually, what are we doing there?
Really bad. And
because they have to downshift to be able to recharge the battery, blah 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 blah. Like people who are into motorsport really care about the environmental impact. I mean, we should. I'm not saying we should not. However, when you're flying around 50 billion tons of rubber tire and private jets for all your millionaires, I think the 50, I think we can use a little bit less battery, guys.
Crimea River.
Right.
So
a little virtue signaling with that. And you were saying that hopefully after China,
they'll review the regulations to see if an equal split of 50% electric, 50% combustion is the right way to go, or whether they need to maybe, if they can adjust it a little bit to where the drivers don't have to slow down on the straights at all. Because I think that's the one place where it's the most obvious, the difference between this year and last year.
Right.
If you took away the graphics, if you didn't tell me anything, it would be kind of hard to tell the difference.
Except for the yo-yoing, that was pretty different.
Right.
But
that looked weird. But but for the most part, they kind of ran the most glaring part of the regulation changes when you hear downshifting and they're 300 meters from the current turn.
Right.
So
for just a little bit of frame of reference, right? Quali Q3 number one time on that sheet should be the fastest that you see at that track, right? All year. And this year Q3 number one spot, fastest overall, was still 3 seconds slower than last year.
Wow. So these cars are 3 seconds slower than last year?
They're just slower.
Yeah.
And things are goofy.
And it's going to be, to move forward to China, it's going to be incredibly obvious in China.
Right.
With China having one of the longest straights of the whole calendar year. And these cars are going to be needing to
Which is why you were saying that's why they're going to kind of reconsider maybe after China, because
all the teams agreed to not make any knee-jerk reactions and make any changes before racing started, which I agree with. Let's see what we're adjusting before we adjust it.
Right, fair.
And so and I think most likely the combination, the solution will be 60-40, 55-45 adjustment to combustion electric power, just to
hopefully it just needs to be that little bit, and then we can get our racing back. I don't know. I hope so. So, I will say the final note that I had written after the race, which I don't remember making the note of, but it was simply the word abysmal.
Yeah.
Because Russell is Russell. Not that we hate him necessarily,
Hate's
but
a strong word.
Hate is, and it's just his smugness about the whole thing, as if of course this is happening, as if he's won 50 billion races already before.
It's going to be a tough
However,
season.
yes, if this is how it continues, however, there is a light potentially in June where they're going to come, they're going to do some testing again.
Nerf the Mercedes.
And they're going to potentially get rid of the Mercedes loophole.
Yeah.
So if that is the case, then we potentially have Ferrari domination.
Nice.
But we don't really
Ferrari
know.
Domination. Okay, that's domination. Maybe it might be a stretch, but
I know, and I was kind of forgetting that like Oscar Piastri was not in the mix. Both Red Bulls were not in the mix. So hopefully, like I am excited to see how that plays out in China.
Still some question marks. Yeah.
Do you have predictions for China in particular?
I'm going to say it's going to be Mercedes dominance and Ferrari and Red Bull competing for that final podium spot.
You don't think like a McLaren's going to make it up there at all?
No, not necessarily.
I think Oscar might do okay.
I think McLaren might be the slowest of the four.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
We'll see. But yeah, I think
I'm excited to see like Isaac and Max kind of up in there.
And the season's going to be those three teams fighting for one podium spot.
Yeah. What happens if all three teams are just yo-yoing with each other? Like what ends up happening there?
Who knows? And eventually they'll become unsticky, and we'll see. I don't know, we need more races, and that's one I'm okay with this regulations because it does have my interest in a
Sure, it's fun. It's fun for a change. Whereas like last year, a lot of the times when we're logging into a race, when we're sitting down to watch a race, we're like, okay, like it's probably just gonna be this. You know, there's not a whole lot. Like, yes, there's action, but usually the way it was qualifying is the way it was ending. Right now, well, that still happened, didn't it? But it was more exciting to get there. So who knows what the rest of the season will look like?
Yeah.
I'm excited to find out. Hopefully there's some light at the end of the tunnel and it's not just Mercedes dominance the whole way, but I guess that is yet to be seen.
We'll see. All right.
Until next time.
Until after the Chinese Grand Prix.
All right. Box.
And away we go. Testing my microphone.
Testing my microphone.